I just got done seeing Wicked for good, and brief thoughts, no spoilers. As someone that hasn't seen the stage play, hasn't read the novels, I've seen, of course, Wizard of Oz multiple times. I've seen the first Wicked, thought it was a solid film. I didn't think it was the greatest movie of all time or, as great as other people made it out to be, but I enjoyed it for what it was. Going into this one, literally zero expectations. And look, I'll start by saying the positives. It makes me happy as someone that enjoys the theatrical experience, that loves movies, that people can have a franchise and have characters, stories that they can relate to, themes that they feel strong about. Going and seeing this tonight with a crowd of mix of a general audience and critics and influencers, seeing the joy and happiness of the crowd clapping and getting emotional, singing along, it brings joy to my heart as a fan of film and storytelling. And I will say, for me, the positives for this film is the same with the first one. Ariana and Cynthia Erivo are the saving grace of these movies. Their vocal range, their vocal capabilities, their synergy, their chemistry, that stuff from part one to part two carries over. They're fantastic. Outside of that, all the stuff that I wasn't a fan of the first one was amplified in the second one without giving too much away. I wasn't a fan of the subplot of the animals and the cruelty of animals in the first one, and how it's handled in this one is pretty laughable. The Wizard of Oz of everything about this narrative weighs this film down. The Dorothy of it all, the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Man, all that stuff is utterly nonsensical. Speaking of nonsensical, this story is like literally rushing to the finish line, on top of the fact that it's bogged down by the weight of the legendary Wizard of Oz. All the stuff involving Brock, what is his name? Ethan Slater's character, and Nessa, I believe is the character's name. Two characters I could care less about in the first one were kind of the foundation of this film, which is utterly ridiculous. I love Michelle Yeoh. I love Michelle Yeoh. My goodness. Horrible. Jeff Goldblum, better than in this one than he was in the first one. The musical numbers are just don't work for me. I know people are going to love this film. This is critic proof, so whatever I say, what I'm saying now doesn't matter. You already made your mind. You're going to see it. You're going to probably love it, and I love that for you. But I thought this was a pretty bad movie. The first one's way superior, and I know this is like a lot of people say the second act of the play isn't as good as the first, and I can see why. This feels like an It Chapter 1, It Chapter 2 scenario where the first one's superior and the second one is a letdown. I wasn't a fan, but again, this is critic proof, so who cares what I think? I thought this was a pretty bad movie.